Over the years, I've been lucky enough to both load and shoot in some of the most picturesque places within the UK. But when someone says God's country, it can only mean one place: Scotland. So, my first time shooting up in Scotland, and today we have come to St Mary Isle Shoot with Dunbar Sporting to join them on one of their first days on the Pheasant. Now, Ian the keeper, this is only his second season. They have got some new and exciting drives, and I've been really looking forward to coming up here and shooting today. I've been up to Scotland once or twice, and as I've already said, it is God's country. Today the scenery is absolutely stunning, and hopefully the birds will be as good. So I'm going to be shooting hydro wads as usual in the 32.5s, and again as usual through my beautiful side plated Kemen Suprema. So, cracking start to the first drive. There is plenty of game about, that is for sure. Unfortunately, the weather's not in our favour today. It is overcast slightly, but there is just no wind, so the birds are just flopping about. But fingers crossed, the wind's going to pick up and we'll see some good stuff. That was the snappiest shot of my entire life. No. Thank you. Shot. Oh. Well, jacket and hat had to come off halfway through that. That was absolutely awesome. I mean, we had a really, really short window with the tree in front of us here, made for some really, really quick, snappy shooting, which is not my thing. They were awesome. I mean, just coming through in such big quantities, and some of the cockbirds that came over were absolutely stratospheric. We stopped for 11s in a beautiful spot overlooking the estuary, where laughter and tales from the first 2 drives filled the air, followed by a selection of fantastic food and drink. Well, unfortunately, we were on the edge of it there. However, made for some phenomenal viewing down there, down the valley. I mean, that is quite possibly the most beautiful setting I have ever shot in. The birds came really nicely both sides of the rest of the guns, but obviously just up at the top here, they just weren't really shootable. But it made for some fantastic birds down that valley. It'd have been great to have been stood down there. With the 3rd drive over and done with, we were very kindly invited into the Hope Dunbar family house for a beautiful 3-course meal, fueling us up ready for a big finale on the 4th. So, 4th and final drive, and what an absolutely stunning backdrop. Another drive overlooking the estuary. I mean, there is no wonder that everybody says coming up to Scotland, it is God's country. And it is. I mean, that is one thing today that has really stood out, is just the beauty of the countryside here. It is fantastic. So, last one, woodland in front of us, hopefully going to come over the top, hit the wind, curl round in front of us, and get stuck into some good birds to finish. that was an absolutely cracking finish to what has been a spectacular day here at St Mary Owl Shoot. What a phenomenal final drive. I mean, such a display of birds like that. Just absolutely incredible. Now, one of the things that has stood out to me today more than anything is just the sheer beauty of this estate. The views that we have had behind us on some of the drives are just breathtaking. And I mean, I know I've mentioned it a lot throughout the video, but there's no wonder they call it God's country up here in Scotland, because it is the prettiest place I have ever been. Definitely. I've never been to an estate with views like this. It is just incredible. I mean, even from the house this morning having coffee, the view out from the conservatory out over the estuary, just absolutely incredible. And I will go as far as saying that this one will stick in my memory for the rest of my life because of the views and the countryside that we have seen today. I mean, we are, as a United Kingdom, very fortunate to have places like this to be able to travel to on our doorstep within a couple of hours. It just breathtaking. The shooting today on top of the views has been spectacular. We've seen everything from really good, consistent, killable birds to some real high challenge stuff. I mean, on the second drive, Dave on the peg next to me knocked down a cock bird. I never even touched it with both barrels. It was absolutely stratospheric, and just the variety of shooting as well, from going from open fields, you know, driven out of woodlands, to shooting in ravines in the wood, just snap shooting, to then long time on birds. Just the variety of shooting that they have here is fantastic. And every single drive you go to, you will be surrounded by beauty. I'm lost for words today with where we are. I am so incredibly lucky to be able to come to places like this. It is just phenomenal. So I will put contact details in the description below for you guys if you are interested in coming, taking a day here at St Mary Owl Shoot with the Dunbar Sporting team. And I'd like to say a huge thank you to the team, from everybody, for the people that have run the hospitality, to the beaters, to the picker-uppers, and to Charles and Ian for having us here. I mean, this is only Ian's second season here, and I think he is on to an absolute winner. So time for me to go enjoy a bit of coffee and cake with the guns. We'll be back to you next week with another video. I'd like to say a huge thank you to you all for watching this week, and also to our amazing sponsors who help make our weekly videos possible. There's a link in the description below if you fancy checking them out. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up to date with our new videos released every Thursday.